All right, so number one says a new car is purchased for $28,900. The value of the car depreciates, meaning loses value, at a rate of 5% per year. Which equation represents the value of the car after 3 years? So, as you can see, we just got to figure out how to plug this one in right here. So, now what we have to do says that it depreciates, so it loses value at 5% per year. So make sure to change this to a decimal. You move it once, twice, fill it in with a zero. Then we go to our equation here. We're losing value. So make sure you use the minus. Now what it says, 28,900 must have been a pretty decent car. 1 minus 0.05 to the third power. So now we'll go back and we'll take a look at the, oh, there we go, matches this one. Now be careful, if you actually use the plus, that's first choice. The second choice, there are two of those there, so it's almost like you're cubing it, but you need another one for that one to be okay. And then the last one is if you forget the formula and you just use the 0.05. At least though on this one, if you change the percent to a decimal incorrectly, there's no way to get that one wrong. Those choices don't match that. So, all right, now let's see the second one. Hey, this one's almost the same thing. Just again, remember, pop that decimal over. 6% is 0.06. So you're talking about losing money, 0.06, 1 minus 0.06 to the second power. $7,600 is placed in a savings account with an annual interest rate of 6%. If no money is added or removed, which equation represents how much will be in the account after 7 years? All right, so you're earning interest. Don't forget about that. So we're going to use the plus instead. 6%, pop it over twice. There you go. We're earning money. 1 plus 0.06 to the seventh power. Okay. Now we actually have to fully do these. So let's see here. Now this question says $3,600 is placed into an account with an annual interest rate of 9%. So hopefully we're earning money here. So 9%, pop it over twice. Remember, it's 0.09. Ironically, I find that's what people have the hardest time with on these super basic ones from algebra. So the starting amount, 3,600, 1 plus 0.09, 1.09. You can leave that as plus as you want. In the account after 25 years. So now we'll just type that in. 3,600 parentheses 1.09 to the 25th power. 31,043.09. So it says to the nearest cent. So it's just 0.09. We don't have to round up there. So we'll go back, type this one in here. So it was $31,043.09. The next one, a town has a population of 9,000 and grows at 3% every year. What will the population be after 9 years? To the nearest whole number. All right, let's see here. So I'll go back, show you what I wrote down, or what I'm going to write down. All right, let's see. Population 9,000. So the starting amount 9,000 and grows 3% once, twice, 0.03, 1 plus 0.03 after 9 years. Then we just type that in 9,000, 1.03 to the 9th power. So we got 11,742.95. It just says the nearest whole number. So we'll round that up. So it was 11,742.9. So 7. At 2 from the 0.9 rounds up to a 3. An element with mass 130 grams, mass of 130 grams, decays by, 22% per minute. How much of the element remains after 7 minutes to the nearest tenth of a gram? All right, so we're losing at 22% per minute. So we start out 130 grams. We're losing once, twice. Hey, this time there's no zero to fill in. So 1 minus 0.22 after 7 minutes. Now, if you know that that's just 0.78, you can just write 0.78 down. When you plug it into your calculator, if you want to plug 0.78 in, that's fine. If you want to write just 1 minus 0.22, that's fine. Here's tenth of a gram, 22.8. $22.8. And there we go. All right, so I'm not going to show the writing down on this one here, switching back and forth. It's just your earning interest. So 2,900, 2,900 parentheses, 1 plus 0.09, which is 1.09 to the 13th power. Again, to the nearest cent. I typed that into my calculator, 8890.83. There we go. A new car is purchased for $20,700, so that goes in for the starting amount. Depreciates, so we lose value. 11% is 0.11, so 1 minus 0.11 or 0.89 if you want, to the 11th power for the 11 years. $5,744.61. 5,744.61. All right. Now, those were all the ones that you could have seen on the algebra regions. For our regions here, it'd be more like the next one. Peyton is investing $690 into an account paying an interest rate of 5.6% compounded monthly, assuming no money is taken out or put in, because that'll change everything and then it works totally differently. How much money to the nearest $10 would be in the account after $8? So be careful. We're going to round to $10, not tenths, $10. All right, let's see. We'll go over the formula here. So let me go back to my paper. Now, the formula for this compounding, it's almost the same. N, you divide R up by N, and then you multiply the T times N. And N is the number of times per year. So Peyton here invested $690 in 5.6. Oh, make sure you don't mess that part up. Once, twice, 0.056. Compounded monthly. So they're 12 months in a year. So if it's compounded monthly, N is 12. So we got 1 plus 0.056 all over 12. 8 years, 12 times 8. So we just type that in. 690 parentheses 1 plus, since we're earning money, alpha y equals 0.056 all over 12. Hit over, get out of it, to the 12 times 8. If you know what 12 times 8 is, that's fine. Just type it in. $1,078. Now, that was to the nearest tens. There's the tens, the 7, but I got to look at the 8. That bumps it up. $1,080. $1,080. Henry invested $59,000 in an account paying an interest rate of 2% compounded quarterly. How much money to the nearest cent, this time we're back to cents, would be in the account after 20 years? All right, Henry, well, let's see. So Henry had some spare change lying around here, $59,000. 1 plus 2%. 2% once, twice, Fill that in with a 0, so 0.02. Now, quarter. Something's done quarterly 4 times in a year, since there are 4 quarters in a whole. 20 years, so 4 times 20. If you know that's 80, when you type this in, just type 80 in. So we got $59,000. 1 plus alpha y equals choice 1.02 all over 4. Get out of those parentheses, raise it to the 4 times 20 power. $87,929.90. Bump that 7 up to 8 because of the 5. Now, it's not because of the 7. Some people are doing that wrong still. And you don't round it here at the 9. Nearest cent, that's right there. So you look at the next number, but you bump the 7 up. $87,000, not $87,929.98. 87,929.98. Autumn invested $2,800 in an account paying interest rate of 6.2% compounded monthly. All right, again, 12 months in a year. So N will be 12.062 for the R. So let's see, I'll show this one again here. So autumn, A0 starting amount, 2,800. 1 plus 0.062 all over 12 to the 12 times 8 years. Type this in. And again, it's back to nearest $10. Oops, 0.062 all over 12. Close it. 12 times 8 power. Okay, 45.92, but rounding to the tens, not the tenths. The tens place is right there, the 9. We look at the 2. 2 is not 5 or above, so I do not give 9 a shove. 45.90. All right, Robert. This time I'm not writing it out here. Robert invested 860, so that's what goes in first. 860 parentheses 1 plus 0.051 on top of the fraction there. All over compounded daily. Ooh, that's 365 days in a year. They're not going to try to be clever with the leap year or anything like that, so don't worry about that. After 13 years, so it'll be to the 365 times 13. Real glad we got a calculator for this. To the nearest cent, 1668.84. Hunter invested $580 into an account paying interest at a rate of 4.6%. Remember, 0.046. So we got 580 parentheses 1 plus 0.046 over months again. So 12 in a year, all to the 12 times 19 power to the nearest dollar. 13. Now it's 87.6. That 0.6 bumps the 7 up to 8. And then some of the review questions here. Oh, negative exponent. So it's got to be on the bottom. So it's got to be either that one or that one there. Raise over root. It's raised to the 5th power. The square root means no number on the radical. Negative again, so I gotta flip it over. This time, hey, that's gonna move it back up to the top. Now be careful. Only the x here has that exponent. So that goes up to the top. Raised to the 3rd, square root. The 5 actually does not have that exponent, so that stays on the bottom. If there was parentheses around, then it would be different. No parentheses. All right. Okay, so we're going to subtract the exponents here. Now be careful. -3 minus -4 is -3 plus 4, which is 1. So that is s to the 1st with a cubic root. Raise over root, s to the 1st, cubic root, 1 over 3. Now, all right, so this one, I'll show some work here for this one. It's a little bit more complicated. Let me see. All right, what do we have going on here? Now this says x to the 8th over x to the 6th to the 5/4 power. Again, subtract exponents, so that's x squared to the 5/4. Power to a power, you multiply. Grab your calculator, 2 times 5/4. And let me just, I don't remember what will happen here. Okay, so if you type that in to your calculator, 2 times 5/4 with the alpha y equals button, it reduces it down for you. Let's say you just know that it's 2 times 5, 10/4. Let's say you just know that. Make sure you reduce it down. Either way, you get 5 over 2. So raise over root, it'll be to the 5th power, and it's a square root. Now there's no negatives, so we don't have to flip it over or anything like that. So it's raised to the 5th power, square root, since the 2's on the bottom, which we don't write down outside the radical. And lastly, okay, all right. Well, let's see here. I'll show the work on this one. Now, if you do this one maybe a little bit differently, like if you use your calculator, it'll probably reduce it all down for you. So let's see. We got the 26th root of n to the 8th over n to the -5th. So subtract the exponents. 8 minus -5 is 8 plus 5, which is 13. Raise over root. 13 over 26 is a 1/2. And they don't actually even want you to change that to radical here. So let me just go back to delta math and to the 1/2, which would be the square root. But there we go. And that is it.